How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Unknown Capital. Today I'm going to be doing Game Week 8 predictions for the 2022-2023 season. Everyone thought this game week was going to be cancelled due to Queen Lizzie dying, but they're actually going on with this game week. Yes, only one game is being postponed with Brighton against Crystal Palace for other reasons, but let's get right into the video. So guys, before we start with the first game, I just want to ask for a couple of things, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, do the usual. Thank you. But let's start with the first game. So first game was Aston Villa against Southampton. And this game is important for both teams. Let's start with Aston Villa. They've actually gone and spent quite a bit of money this transfer window. They've signed Diego Carlos for 26 million. Unfortunately, got ACO, is very sad. They signed Coutinho on 30 million, then Donker for 30 million. So they've actually spent about 50 to 60 million over the transfer window. And this hasn't really translated for Steven Gerrard's man. They've had a very poor start to the season. Yes, the Man City game was an anomaly, but every other game, they've been pretty poor. Against Everton are even shitter than them, so that doesn't really count. But all the other games, the first game they lost to Bournemouth. After that, this has been on a slow run. And I feel like if this game they don't win against Southampton, Steven Gerrard's job is more in jeopardy. He's already in jeopardy. Like, I thought you might get sacked after the City game, but to God's grace, he saved himself. And Coutinho did really well. They played really well and they should have won that game. If they don't win this game, it's lights out for Steven Gerrard. And Aston Villa need to really turn up a bit of money, in my opinion. Like, they have signed a lot of players. They've signed like the likes of 2 youth players from Man City for a decent amount of money. To keep on to James Ward-Prowse is very decent, in my opinion. Like, he's always going to be a new signing. They signed a couple more players, but they're just not coming to my head. And they've spent money. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go 1-1. To both teams. I feel like both teams are going to put the pressure, but I think they're equally matched, so I'm going to look for a 1-1 draw. So guys, let's move to the next game. So the next game we got Nottingham Forest against Fulham, and this game is very important for Nottingham Forest because this summer they've gone out and spent ridiculous amount of money. Let me just go look at my computer. They spent 42.5 million on Morgan Gibson-White, on Malanga from Stuttgart, 12 million. They spent about a good 100 million and they haven't got any money in. So you can clearly see where Nottingham Forest are coming from. They're trying to make sure that they spend all the money and try to stay in the Premier League. But they haven't really done that well. Like, they're 18th right now. They only got 1 win. They've got 1 draw and 4 losses currently. So it's not been a good start for Nottingham Forest. And they've spent a ridiculous amount of money. Like, to get Morgan Gibson-White for 42.5 million, that's a scam. Wolves have actually scammed them. And I feel like it's the English tax into play. Morgan Gibson-White is decent, but 42.5 million? No. Like, and it's not really translating on the pitch. Like, the last game for Nottingham Forest, the game against Bournemouth, they started off really well. They went 2-0 up going into half-time, and then the full time, they lost 3-2. And let's move on to Fulham. Like, with Fulham's transfer windows, it's actually been very small. Like, the players they've signed, it's been excellent in my opinion. I'll just go on my laptop here. Berglander for 8 million, exceptional. He's a Premier League proven keeper, and you saw in the last game against, I forgot who they were playing, he really saved them. João Palhinha from Sporting Lisbon. Andres Pereira from Man United. Andres Pereira with Man United, yes, he has the talent, but he was never going to make it. So I feel like him being with Fulham is a lot of Premier League experience, is really going to help him. And I feel like he can really better the team as much as he can. Who else did they sign? Diop from West Ham, another Premier League proven centre-back. Yes, for West Ham he might not be the right man, but for Fulham he's the right man. So they've actually gone and done very good business. They haven't really spent any... They haven't really let go of any money. Okay, Fabi Carvalho, that was a big loss, but I think they replaced him quite well with João Palhinha. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Fulham. Guys, moving on to the next game, we got Wolves against Man City. And my prediction is going to be very quick for this. Let's start with Wolves. With Wolves, they are a bit okay this season. Like, with Wolves, they're really struggling to make plays. And I feel like this was a big thing last season. Like, the defense is pretty good. Like, they've been okay. They've done the job. But attackingly, they're very poor. And I feel like this is going to be a big problem for the season. Because since the start of the season, they only got 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses. And most of the games, they've been struggling to make opportunities. But they've had a decent transfer window. They've sold Morgan Gibson-White for 42.5 million. They've signed some couple of other players. Who else did they sell? Let's see. I know Cody went on loan from them. Sold anyone else, but they've got some very good players in. Martinez Nunes from Sporting Lisbon for 42 million. From a guy from Stuttgart, a very good signing as well. His name is Sasa Kadizik. That's the one. So moving on to Man City. You know, with Man City, they are relentless. We know how good they are. Like, any game they've looked like they're going to lose against Newcastle or or Aston Villa, they just come back out of nowhere and sometimes win the game or at least get a draw. And that's what the Man City way is. And they've done great transfer business. Erling Haaland 50 million. Calvin Phillips for 50 million. I don't know how he's going to be. I feel like he's a waste of money. Sergio Gomez from Anderlecht, apparently he's a good replacement for Zinchenko. Mani Akanji is just a squad rotation at the end of the day, just to make sure Pep finds to play the cup games at the end of the day. And yes, okay, they've lost some players like Raheem Sterling, but with the players I have, was Raheem Sterling a big loss? Gabriel is just, I feel like it's a big loss, but they've made the money. They've actually on a surplus than more than other clubs. The way Erling Haaland is going, it's just unstoppable. He's already on, what, 9 or 11 goals for the season. He's just unfucking stoppable. So my score prediction is going to be 4-0 Man City. Guys, let's go to the next game. So next game, we got Newcastle against Bournemouth. And let's start Newcastle. They've actually had a decent start to the season. They've been struggling to get wins, but most of that, they've dominated a lot of games. In the last game against Crystal Palace, they got a bit unlucky with the goal with the Mitchell own goal, where it should have really been given. It was a bit dodgy, some of the calls. And there was 43 shots on target in that game. And either team couldn't, couldn't just convert. I think Newcastle had 24 shots on target and Crystal Palace had 19, if I'm wrong. Don't fact check me, but that's what I remember. But with Newcastle, they've actually had a very good summer transfer window. Yes, there's been all expenditure, no income, but the players they've signed, Mark Target, a very good Premier League proven. Nick Pope, he can say the fucking Titanic. He's been absolutely solid for them. Boltman, everyone remember Man United and Chelsea and a couple of top 6 clubs had them on the transfer target, but at the end of the day, Newcastle went out there, offered Lille the right amount, and Bowman came through. And yes, is Isaac worth the money for 63 million? I think he is. I think, yes, he's not only had 4 goals for Sociedad last year, but his Euros really proved that there is good in him and he can actually do very well. Look at all Bournemouth games, they lost to Man City, what, 6-0, they lost to Arsenal 4-0. So it hasn't been great. Like with Bournemouth, they haven't really spent in the transfer window as well. And the players they've got, okay, Marcus Tavernier for Burners for 12.5 million. It's not that great. And after that, they got Jack Stevens on loan, Fendricks on a free, they have Neto on an undisclosed amount. So if you really look into the transfer signing window, it's not been great. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go 3-0 Newcastle. Guys, let's start the next game. So next game we got Tottenham against Leicester City. And everyone's been saying that Tottenham's a one-trick pony, they're boring to watch. But if I was a Tottenham fan, that doesn't matter. They've been getting the victories and the draws they needed. Man City and Tottenham are the only team which have gone undefeated in the first 6 games. And I don't understand what all this bullshit from Arsenal fans saying, the play is not good. But at the end of the day, like under Pochettino, yes, they played exceptional, but they never got the wins. But now, under Conte, yes, the football is not the best. It's kind of boring to watch and it's kind of sad. And yes, it's kind of a one-trick pony. But at the end of the day, if that gets the job done, gets the job done. As most Tottenham fans will say, it's better to win games than actually look good and lose. That's what I'm thinking. And yes, Man United is the same thing. We just play counter-attacking football. But as a Man United fan, I'd rather have us win every game, playing counter-attack and playing from the back and playing very slow and getting the win than playing exceptional and getting a loss. That's what I think. And Tottenham have actually done very well this summer. They've spent a lot of money, to be fair, and they have not much income. Ivan Perisic on a free, great. Fraser Foster, great. Basuma, 35 million from Brighton, I think it's a very good signing. 60 million might seem a lot for Richarlison, but Everton had to make sure they got some kind of profit from them. So 60 million, I feel like Tottenham did really want to get low ball in. And let's start with Leicester City. They've actually had a very, very poor start to this season. Like, from 1 point from 6 games is diabolical, in my opinion. Like, they've done, like all the previous season, they've done very well to replace all the players which they've lost. But this year, a couple of injuries, losing Wesley Fofana for 70 million, and only signing one guy called Faze from Rams for 15 million clearly shows that they haven't done good transfer business and they had a shambolic window. And they couldn't really spend that much money because it's going to be a tough season for Leicester. I feel like they need to make sure they need to start getting some wins, but I feel like Tottenham's got this. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham. Guys, the next game we have is the London Derby. We've got Brentford against Aston. And let's start with Brentford. Thomas Frank and his men have actually had a very, very good start to the season. Yes, they've lost a couple of games against Fulham here and there, but most of the time, they've been exceptional. Everyone remembers the Man United game where they put us in a arm roll, as that guy from Arsenal Fan TV says. And then the game against Leeds are not a fuck over team. Yes, Leeds can be poor from time to time, but they've spent a lot of money this summer, and to go and put them to win 5-2 was exceptional. And I love the way Brentford's been run as a club. Like, they don't spend crazy amounts of wages. They use this Moneyball system where they'll get players which have good statistics, and they really use they're really into like looking to players who will fit a system. Like, they use like statistics a lot. They used a lot of computing to football. It's very incredible, and I love all the signings they've done this summer. Like, let's look at it. They got Damsgaard from Sampdoria for 16.7 million. Exceptional boy. That's such a good price for him. Ben Mee on a free, easily fits into the system. Aaron Ricky from Bologna, 18 million, great. On to Arsenal. Arsenal have actually had a very good start to the season, but the last game, they lost to Man United 3-1. I hate this shit from Arsenal fans. Yes, we even lost the game that we looked exceptional. That doesn't mean shit, motherfuckers. It doesn't matter, like, if you play exceptional, but at the end of the day, you need to get the win. And also for complaining that United were playing counter-attacking football, it's okay. It's the first time we got Eric Ten Hag. He's still getting used to which plays to play where. So playing counter-attacking is not bad. And the way Arsenal fans just keep on chatting rubbish, I just hate it. But to be fair, Arsenal have actually gone out there this summer and spent money very good. Let's look at it. Fabio Vieira is a good signing for the future. Alexander Zinchenko, I feel like Man City kind of lost out there because he was that guy who actually played in a position where João Cancelo, is he a natural left back? Not really. I feel like Zinchenko was a natural left back, and he helped City make sure they kept down the fortress. Gabriel Jesus from Man City, great signing. So this game is going to be interesting. I feel like, I don't know how Arsenal are going to bounce back from the game against Man United. I think they will. I feel like there might be just too much for Brentford. So my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go Arsenal going to get a very, very narrow victory with a 1-0 victory. Let's move on to the next game. So next game we got Manchester United against Leeds United. And let's start with Manchester United. What a game against Arsenal. Once again, all these Arsenal fans saying, we didn't play good football, we just played counter-attacking football. I don't give a shit. What was the score, motherfucker, at the end of the day? We won 3-1. That's what matters. And still, at the end of the day, Eric Ten Hag is trying to figure out what's his best team and how well you can play. After the first 2 games, we were in the slump. But after that, to go and beat Liverpool, to go and beat Southampton, and then to go and beat Arsenal, I'm very happy. And before the Arsenal game, Arsenal were undefeated. We officially stopped the invincibles for Arsenal this year. Yes, it was only 6 games, but still stopped it. But we have actually had a decent transfer window, in my opinion. Like, before a couple of players came, I thought it was going to be pretty bad. We have spent money. We can't deny that. We have spent a fuck you amount of money. I hasn't really got any money back in. But let's look at some of the players we signed. Casemiro for Real Madrid for 70 million. Is he worth the age of 30, 31? I think he is. He's got experience for days, especially in the Champions League. How many times with Real Madrid? 4 or 5 Champions League, multiple La Ligas, multiple Copa del Reys. You can keep on going for days. But when it comes to Man United, he's going to give something in the dressing room which everyone needs. And we've addressed that position, which was kind of a bad position for us. We addressed the elephant in the room, which is a CDM box to box, which Casemiro can do very well. Is Anthony worth 86 million? I don't know. He scored his debut, so we can't complain. So we actually had a decent transfer window. But let's look at Leeds. With Leeds, the last game against Brentford, they did okay. They got 2 goals, but after that, they went back to old Leeds ways, just conceding goals left, right, and centre. And to be fair, Leeds have lost some crucial players, and Rafinha to Barcelona for 55 million, and then to go and lose Karen Phillips for 50 million. They're 2 pivotal players in the thing, so that's going to be tough to always replace them. But they've done okay, in my opinion. They've signed a player from Tyler Adams, an American player. Then Ariston from RB Salzburg, he's the American. They signed Rames Christensen from Salzburg, Mar Roca from Bayern Munich, Luis Sinestra from Feyenoord, and they've got a couple of other players. So they transfer windows actually look decent for Leeds. Like games against Chelsea, they looked exceptional. But not the games recently against Brentford, they looked back always. They didn't know how to defend. So what's my score prediction going to be for this game? As a United fan, I'm always going to lean to United. So my score prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 United. Guys, the next game we have is Everton. 3, 2, 1, go. So guys, the next game we have is Everton against West Ham. And with Everton, they actually had a decent game against Liverpool. It was very end-to-end. Both Pickford and Alisson had exceptional games. And I feel like with Everton in that game, they actually did okay. Like with Everton, yes, this year, they haven't registered a win yet. But they've got 4 draws, to be fair. Some of the games should have they really saved themselves in some of the games, and in some of the games against Liverpool, they actually had a fighting chance to actually get the win. Like it could have swinged anyway. Like there was a Connor Cody goal which got taken out because he was offside. He was clearly offside. But if he was just in position, they could have won that game easily. But with Everton, they've actually had a decent transfer window, in my opinion. Like, yes, they lost Richarlison, which is a big loss, but look at some players they bought. Idrissa Gueye back from PSG for 8 million, exceptional. James Garner for 15 million. James Garner, I thought, was the next man to be a Man United, but with Man United, you never understand where their transfer window policies work, because they're letting go for 15 million, and watch, in the future, we're going to go and buy him again. That's how the Man United works. Dwight McNeil from Burnley, exceptional because he's Premier League quality. James Tarkowski, exceptional because with Everton, what the biggest problem was the centre back position. Because so this game against West Ham are not the best start of the season as well. They've been pretty poor. I think they have just registered 1 victory recently, if I'm not wrong. Who was it? They got the first victory against Aston Villa. I remember that. That was a very good game. And the last game against Chelsea, they should have really at least got a draw minimum. Like Chelsea actually scammed the living, in my opinion. Like it was terrible from the ref. Edward Mendy, what was he doing? He got caught no man's land, and that goal was all legit. And they are shambolic. And if I was West Ham, I would be very, very sad. But with West Ham, they have actually a very good transfer window once again. Scamacca from Sassuolo. Mikel Antonio, he gets a maximum of 10 goals a season for you. He doesn't do the job. As we got from Rennes, 30 million, decent. Alfonso Areola is going to be the first goalkeeper because Fabianski's about 38 years old, and he surely should be getting things. Lucas Paqueta, who's been the biggest signing of all time. So what's my score prediction going to be for this game? I think it's going to be a very close game, in my opinion. I feel like Everton at home might help them, but I feel like it's going to be a 2-2 draw, in my opinion. Yeah, the last game of Sunday, we got a very big one. We got Chelsea against Liverpool. And last time with Chelsea, them signing Thomas Tuchel was so unjustified. I feel like Chelsea have taken a big L. Everyone put L plus ratio in the comments. I feel like Thomas Tuchel, this man won a Champions League final with a mediocre team. And then last season, he took you to the FA Cup final. He took you deep into the Champions League and lost very narrowly to a Real Madrid side who went out and won the tournament and lost in the Carabao Cup to Liverpool, and actually came 3rd position in the league. This made no sense, in my opinion. Yes, they lost to They lost to someone in the week. No, last weekend they beat West Ham. Yes, it wasn't Chelsea's fault that outpour the ref was. Yes, they lost the Champions League to Dynamo Zagreb. But every manager goes through a bad phase, and this American owners to go and sack him, it made no sense. But you know what? That's over. But they've replaced him with a decent manager, Graham Potter. Graham Potter is such an underrated manager. Look at what he did with Brighton. Look at the start he gave Brighton onto now. I think they're 4th position right now, and beat the likes of Man United. Have gone out there, put the pressure on Newcastle, and who did they recently win against? I forgot, sadly. So they've replaced him with a decent manager in Graham Potter, but it made no sense. And this summer, Chelsea have gone out there and spent more money than any other club. They spent 272 million. Cucurella for 60 million, and for a club full of left backs, I didn't understand. Okay, yes, Marcos Alonso went. Raheem Sterling is a good signing in my opinion. Koulibaly, very good signing. But with Chelsea, you don't know how they're going to play. I feel like them and the new manager is going to be pretty good for them, because most managers like Graham Potter is going to set the team on well, and going against the Liverpool side who lost to Napoli 4-0 recently, and then in the Premier League had a very, very tough draw against Everton 0-0. So it could go well for them. But let's move on to Liverpool. I feel like with Liverpool, a lot of people are over-exaggerating how bad it is. I feel like with Liverpool, if they get all the players back, if they get like, what's his name, Thiago back, Fabinho back, they will be okay. And everyone's saying, oh, FSG, it's time for Klopp to go. It's the 7th season where he performs shambolically. Yes, Sadio Mane is a big loss, but I feel like Jurgen Klopp hasn't adapted the game yet enough. And I feel like with time, I think you'll realize that he needs to make sure that the system helps Darwin Núñez and Mo Salah, because I feel like with Sadio Mane, he was a pivotal role. He was like the pivot, which was covering the ball, which was working the ball to the players, which allowed them to score the goals which they needed. And the transfer window has been okay. Darwin Núñez for 85 million, I feel like he's a decent signing. Carvalho is a good signing for the future. Arthur Melo, I feel like that was a panic loan, because they know that Anderson and Milner are now to cut it, and fair play to them. They've been a good servant to the club, but I feel like the time's over right now. So what's my score prediction going to be for this game? I feel like Chelsea are going to win this. I feel like the new manager syndrome is going to help them. So my score prediction, I feel like both Liverpool will have something to prove, and Chelsea want to prove something. So my score prediction, I'm going to be like Chelsea are going to win this game narrowly with a 2-1 victory. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Guys, everyone put your comments in the comment section below for all your predictions. Do you think West Ham and Leicester might get the first win? Do you think Steven Gerrard might get a sack after this game? Do you think Man United can carry on the ways? Who do you think is going to win between Liverpool and Chelsea? Do you think Chelsea going to thump Liverpool or vice versa? Guys, everyone, please put in the comments. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later. Peace.